Hey everybody, this is Steven Estelle, the Applications Engineer at Rapid Scan 3D, and today I'm going to show you rendering by utilizing KeyShot 6.3. So right now I am inserting a chair that's actually been scanned from our office, and we're going to replicate it in the rendering software. So rendering is pretty important because you can utilize it to make your CAD model or 3D model look realistic when presenting to clients, or if you're trying to insert the model into some kind of VR or augmented reality software. So right now I'm showing different materials that the program utilizes. There's like clear shiny plastic that utilizes different kinds of paints, materials such as like wood and stone. It's really interesting that you can make some of these CAD models look pretty fake or pretty real, whatever you're trying to acquire. So what the software also does, showing right now, when I utilize the clear glass, the software doesn't render the CAD model to the very end. It's trying to save as much computer power as possible. So right now the clear glass may not look clear, but the computer is working very hard to just give you a preview of what it'll look like when it gets rendered, because so much processing goes into the image. So, but when you're doing something as simple as just a paint, it's easy to preview, it's more clear, just in the preview. But when it comes out rendered, it looks perfectly fine. So right now we're going to go with the velvet red from the cloth and leathers material for our couch. So now we're going to go from the materials section into the color section. And from here, after you chose your material, you can change the color of the material. So you can change it to any of the colors that they give you, but we're going to go with the scarlet red, which matches pretty closely with the couch actually in our office. The next thing you could do is change the environment. And what the environment does is it gives it the lighting as well as a 3D background that you can position your 3D CAD model inside. Some examples that include are the conference room and the apartment. And it's really neat because when you rotate your CAD model, it also rotates the environment behind it. Here are just some basic studio backgrounds and environments you can utilize, as well as this Los Angeles noon summertime environment. So when doing rendering, you have to make sure not only are you looking at the background, but the lighting as well, because lighting is almost just as important, as well as the shadow too, when creating this rendering project. So we're just going to utilize this apartment, and as you can see, the couch looks kind of too small. So in order to make it look more realistic, we selected the item and we right-clicked it, and right now we're actually enlarging the couch to make it look as realistic and to make the perception look correct. So we're rotating it, enlarging it, making sure it looks perfect at the exact angle that we want. We hit the check mark and then we click out of the couch. So now that we believe we have the size correct, another thing you can do is change the background. So not only can you use the system's background, but if you wanted to, you can import your own background. So the thing that makes the background different is that the 3D model does not change with, or the background does not change with when you're rotating the model. So the background just stays put and it's just a basic wallpaper, as well as the background does not give it any lighting. So right now the background stays put, the shadow stays put, and everything just stays together. And as you can see, when I try to drag over the environment again, nothing happens. However, what you may not notice is that the lighting from the environment is still there. It's just that the background has changed. So, for example, if you wanted to use a lighting from like a casino hall, however, you wanted the background to be, for some reason, a studio or outside desert, you can do that. So your lighting will be different, but the backgrounds may not match the lighting. And that's all to what you want. So, for example, we're showing like we have the background as the lighting environment, or you can change it to the background, or you can just make it a color. You can change it just to black, red, any color that you want, just to give it a very basic look. So for the example, we're just going to continue with the background to match the lighting environment. And the next thing that we're going to show you is that you can actually apply textures to your CAD model. So it's pretty neat. You can apply, for example, this polka dot. So when we first applied it, it comes in very, very small. So we're going to have to scale it up a bit so it's more visible on the couch. So you can scale the polka dots to make them bigger, smaller, however you want, whatever fits your need. Or you can apply something such as rust that goes on top of the material color that you added. So if you're trying to create something that looks dirty, or you're trying to project something that is utilized in like mud, maybe like a construction truck, you can portray what the dirt would look like on top of the paint. You could apply different things such as like a soft maple wood or a bunch of other different textures as well. It's really interesting about all the different textures you can add to your CAD model. So those were the basic 5 different modules that you can utilize for your model. So from there, you'll just go into the render button, and now you're just going to type in the name of your photo that you want to be rendered, and you're going to choose the folder that it goes into, as well as the resolution. So typically I just use the highest resolution to make sure the picture looks as clean as possible. And then from there, when you click render, however much color you have in it, it may take 2 to 10 minutes. So our project took just about 2 minutes to create the entire rendering. So after the rendering is done, you just go to the folder that you saved it in, and you pull up the JPEG that was created. And as you can see here, the couch came out really well. The color came out nice and fresh. The lighting on the couch is accurate based off of the window and the background environment, as well as the couch mixes in nice with the background. So what I'm about to show you now is another view of the same couch that I created with better lighting that matches the real life couch that we actually have in the office. And this is to compare the render versus the actual couch. So this is the actual couch sitting in the office. As you can see, they're both pretty similar in how they look, but one's rendered and one's actually the real couch. So that's basically all the tools that KeyShot has. This is Steven Estelle, the Applications Engineer for Rapid Scan 3D. If you have any further questions on any rendering utilizing KeyShot, please feel free to contact us. Thank you.